In the heart of Paris, between red velvet curtains and golden chandeliers, a secret lies hidden. A man condemned to live in the shadows, with a face that inspires horror and a soul trapped between music and madness. A legend that has been inspiring fear and fascination for over a century. Today, we talk about the Phantom of the Opera, one of the most iconic figures of dark romanticism. The Phantom was born in 1910 in the novel Le Fantôme de l'Opéra by French writer Gaston Leroux. Leroux had been a court reporter and was obsessed with mysteries, conspiracies, and horror stories. He was inspired by rumors circulating in Paris about strange events at the Opera Garnier, a majestic building that seemed perfect for a Gothic tale. Fun fact, in the book's preface, Leroux claims that the story is true, that the Phantom really existed, and that his body was even found in the catacombs. These raised doubts among some readers at the time, who came to believe that it could be a real case. The Opera Garnier is not just a theater. It is a colossal palace inaugurated in 1875 with marble, frescoes, mirrors, and a 7-ton chandelier hanging in the center of the hall. But beneath all that beauty, there's a hidden world. The building has basements, passageways, and even a small underground lake that can still be visited today. That lake inspired the Phantom Slayer. Actually, a real chandelier accident occurred in 1896 when one of the counterweights broke and killed a person in the middle of a performance. Leroux took that detail and turned it into one of the most memorable moments in his novel. They say that those who remain silent on this channel hear footsteps in the night. It is best to subscribe and prevent the ghosts from finding you. The Phantom has a name, Eric, according to the novel. He was born with such a terrifying deformity that his mother could not bear to look at him. His face resembled a living skull with yellowish sunken skin. Rejected by everyone, Eric fled as a child and lived in traveling fairs as a sideshow attraction, the Corpse Man. But he was no ordinary monster. He was a genius. He mastered music, architecture, mechanics, and even hypnotism. His dark history led him to travel the world. He worked in Persia as a builder and an illusionist, and later returned to France, where he participated in the construction of the Opera Garnier. Knowing every secret corner of the building, he turned its basements into his underground kingdom. The young soprano, Christine Daae, is the centerpiece of the tragedy. Christine grew up believing that her late father would send her an angel of music to guide her voice. The Phantom takes advantage of this belief and presents himself as that angel, teaching her to sing in secret from the shadows. But Christine is also courted by Raoul de Chagny, a noble and passionate viscount. A love triangle forms between them, pure youthful love versus sick possessive obsession. The Phantom demands that Christine always be the star of the shows. When his orders are not followed, accidents, sabotage, and even death occur. His power over the opera house is absolute. He writes letters, dictates conditions, and even claims a private box as his own. In the novel, that box, number 5, still exist in the real opera house. In fact, many visitors today ask to see it, and legend has it that it is still reserved for the Phantom. Tell me in the comments, would you side with Christine and Raoul? Or would you join the Phantom in his catacombs? I'd love to read your thoughts. The Phantom is not only a hidden genius, he's also a cruel avenger. He starts fires, hangs stage hands, and even drowns his enemies in traps hidden under the stage. One of the most iconic moments is the masked ball. There he appears dressed as the Red Death, directly inspired by Edgar Allan Poe's story with a red robe and skull. That costume was no accident. It represented the plague, the inevitability of death, and the fact that no one can escape it. Christine, torn between fear and compassion, confronts the Phantom when she discovers his true face by removing his mask. The sight is terrifying. Not a supernatural monster, but a man disfigured by life. The climax comes when Eric kidnaps Christine and threatens to blow up the entire opera house if she does not agree to marry him. However, one gesture from Christine changes everything. She kisses him and shows him compassion. For the first time, Eric receives an act of tenderness. It breaks him inside in an act of redemption. He lets her escape with Raoul and condemns himself to eternal solitude in his catacombs. The novel ends with the Phantom's death, but in many musicals and films, his fate remains ambiguous, fueling the idea that he continues to haunt the theater. If you enjoyed these dark legends, show your support with a like right now. Believe me, it helps more than you can imagine. Almost like a spell against what lurks in the opera house. In 1925, Lon Chaney plays the Phantom in the silent film, with makeup so striking that it causes people to faint in the theater. A more romantic version was made in Hollywood in 1943. Andrew Lloyd Webber premiered the musical that became Broadway's most successful, with the iconic scene of the chandelier falling on the audience in 1986. It has modern adaptations in comics, anime, films, and series. It has even inspired novels in which the Phantom is imagined to still be alive. Webber's musical has sold more tickets than any other show in the world, even more than Star Wars at the cinema. Also, the Phantom is not a ghost. He fits into the gallery of classic monsters. His white mask and black cape have made him an icon of Gothic horror. Like Frankenstein or Dracula, he represents the fear of the different, the rejected, what society cannot accept. His tragedy is not only his face, but his eternal loneliness. Every Halloween, the Phantom's mask becomes a popular costume, and in Paris, rumors still circulate that his spirit roams the Opera Garnier, sitting in box number 5. The Phantom of the Opera is more than just a horror story. It is a reflection of what happens when pain, rejection, and loneliness turn into obsession. In the darkness of the theater, amid echoes and violins and invisible footsteps, his presence lives on. And you, what do you think? Was the Phantom a ruthless monster? Or a man who just wanted to be loved?